Is the biggest scandal in America? It's the controlled press. How many Americans know that the current regime in Ukraine was installed in a very bloody February coup d'etat that was planned in the U.S. White House and overseen by an Assistant Secretary of State, Victoria Nuland, run by the CIA, and carried out for the White House by one of Ukraine's two racist, fascist, or Nazi political parties, whose founder and leader still controls Ukraine, though not officially, even these many months after his coup, and which Nazi party has been up to their elbows since then in U.S. genocidal policy to exterminate the people of the region of Ukraine that had voted approximately 90% for the man whom Obama and the Nazis overthrew in February. And how many Americans know that one of the two main suspects in the bringing down of Malaysia's MH17 airliner over Ukraine on July 17th has been given veto power over the report that is to be issued from the official investigation of the black boxes and other evidence in the case, and also that Malaysia can't even get into their own investigation. The ongoing hiding of all of this from the American public is perhaps even more stunning to the present writer than is the bloody American policy, including Obama's personal role in it itself. The biggest news story of all is thus the one that will inevitably be the most suppressed news story of all, the news suppression itself. It extends from the major news media to the alternative and to even the specialized news media. Edward Snowden, former CIA and NSA employee, and then contractor who went public about the U.S. government violating the Fourth Amendment and other U.S. constitutional provisions regarding the Americans' right to privacy and so forth, addressed on October 20th a class at Harvard Law School. And he spoke about the impossibility of democracy to exist if there is not informed consent from the public of what the government is doing, and of what the authentic aims of the government are, and what it is doing and intends to do. He necessarily had to speak from an undisclosed location because the U.S. government wants to imprison him, if not worse. He raised the extremely serious question as to whether and the extent to which a government can lie to its public and still be a democracy. That's the question. How can the public have a government representing informed consent if the news media are constantly and systematically lying about the most important things and covering up the government's worst, most heinous crimes? Yet this is what Americans have today. The United States is no longer a model for any country except for a dictatorship. How likely is it that America's press will let the American public know this now established fact? Something's wrong, and it's not people such as Edward Snowden.